Jay, and I'm here with Eddie. I know that you're subscribers on Eddie's list, so hi Eddie.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much for taking your time to be with us this afternoon. Well, this afternoon in the UK time. I'm first for those of you who have been on my list. A big thank you for being on my list. I have a passion for coaching and mentoring people. And Jane has been one of my coaches for years in the UK here. He's taught me everything I know about marketing online and earning online. And so it's a huge privilege and opportunity just to have Jay with us this afternoon. And so please take your pen and paper, learn as much as you can because he's a very busy person. He's earned a lot on his primary business and online marketing. And so please help me appreciate Jay as he comes on board. Jay, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Now, guys, in the column on the right hand side, there will be a questions box that you can just open up. So just type in there that you can see my screen okay, and that you can hear me okay. We're not going to be rambling on forever and ever. There's not going to be any 12-hour stories before we get to the juice of a webinar. I don't know how many of you guys have been on various webinars, but I've sat through some webinars and I'm an hour in and all I've really got is somebody's backstory, which whilst sometimes it's highly entertaining, it's not really what I got on the webinar for. So I'm always conscious of your time, so I want to be to the point and swift and just give you the information that's absolutely necessary. So just let me know that you can see me and that you can hear the screen into that chat box on the right hand side. That'll be great. So it should say questions. I think it's like a questions box rather than a chat box. Let me just turn that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do at the end of the webinar, I'm going to tell you how you can go about claiming that free gift, which is, one of the things that I own is an event called the Internet MLM Summit here in the UK. It's still the only live event in the internet network marketing space, and I've got the full 3 days recordings for you of the first summit where we had two industry rock stars, really. Dagan Smith is a good friend of mine and Diane Hockman, another great friend. And they were running through attraction marketing funnels. Dagan is the king of leads, really, as he's known. So that, this guy generates thousands of leads a day. So hugely valuable free gift, and it's yours just for turning up and staying to the end. So we want to make sure that you're getting good value, and we recognise that your time's important. So let me just go quickly into who I am. My name is Jay Roberts. I'm based in the UK. I guess I've been really fully into the internet marketing space since my first seminar in November 2009 with my internet business mentor. And just to give you a brief synopsis, I own a UK specific education platform called the MLM Edge, which have created info products, video training programs, live workshops. The live event was off of the back of this. As well as a membership site, a paper newsletter that I also did at one point. So pretty much everything around the sphere of building a niche online I have done with and around the MLM Edge, but I've now gone beyond just the UK network marketing fraternity and teaching marketing there into the biggest space. So I am the founder of the only home business magazine that is available on the Apple newsstand, Home Business Entrepreneur Magazine. This is actually the domain here, and you can get that from the Apple newsstand. It will be available on the iPhone soon, and soon on Android as well. So as a digital publisher, again, I'm first to market with that particular publication into this particular niche. I also have, if I can find it here, on the Amazon store. Again, if you want this, I've got as a PDF. If you just send me an email, as I'll tell you at the end, I'll send you a copy of this. But this was down to visiting over 100 UK home business owners in their own home to discover the real problems that they faced. And I'm going to come against the list of the problems that I asked my list for very recently. So I really got to understand where people were struggling, what the issues were, and that was where this report was born, to help people overcome those issues and understand what they were really fighting against when they were building what was a UK home business, but actually it's very, very true for a worldwide situation. So as you can see, I've got some authority. I have an email list. I make between $7,000 and $15,000 per month off of that email list, which is anything between $2 and $4 per month per subscriber, which is way above the industry average of $1 or less per subscriber per month. So I focused very much on trust and relationships within my marketing, and my list is growing rather rapidly, as is my income, as I now focus more on list building, but coupled with the relationship building strategies and techniques and trust strategies that I've got to know very, very well. I know human behavior and psychology immensely well because I've been immersed in it personally with a great professional called Lynn Driscoll for many years. So I guess rather than just reading education books, I've actually gone and done it myself. And like I always believe, if you want to swim, you've got to get in the water. And that's exactly what I did when it comes to personal development. And I really did swim very, very deep, and probably deeper than most. So but that's a brief synopsis. That's as much of a story as you're going to get from me, because I just wanted you to completely understand that I've got some authority. I understand what I'm doing. I know what I'm up to. And so I'm just going to pull up. I emailed my list because I wanted to know what the problems were for everybody on my subscriber base. So I literally, hang on a second, I'm just going to mute you out there because I can just hear you tapping. So I'm just going to
muted
get that out there. I'll pull you back in a second. Cool. So you can see now on the screen, I sent out an email to my list saying, I'm curious, what are your biggest struggles when trying to make it online or make money on the internet? And I'm going to just run through, because I think that as you read some of these, some of them may be very relevant, maybe all of them are. But this is hugely recent. This is in the last few weeks, and I'm actually building a big report and all new training around this, which sort of brings us into what I'm going to introduce you to at the end here. But you can see here from Angela, it's the whole relationship building piece, finding out how the system really works, and how the system really works is such an interesting turn of phrase. Kylie put, I think it would be building my list, getting more leads, but isn't that every problem? And I think accountability. Again, hugely interesting point, working with someone, which again, we're going to cover that at the end, and how we've kind of filled the blank in there. Peter, the biggest issue for me are writing copy and getting good traffic. Often those two will go hand in hand. The traffic is created, or is turned into good traffic by the quality of the writing and the copy that you put across. My biggest challenge from Daniel, my biggest challenge online for this moment is create a larger list of subscribers. Well, actually, you might find that it's not necessarily the size of the list, it's actually knowing how to deliver what your list want. And so we're going to go into deeper aspects of that, of those that step forward. So Merle, getting leads and sign-ups, of course, that is a lot of people's issue. Christina, I must create time to build a list, receive the skills, making little vids, funnels, webinars. Improve my juggling skills. Well, juggling skills is a very interesting turn of phrase as well, because do you know what? When you have a ritual that you're going to follow, and mini rituals, I'm talking about 20 minutes of a mini ritual that you're going to do on a daily basis, there's no juggling needed. Juggling skills means I don't know what I'm doing, and so therefore we're going to alleviate that burden and we're going to take care of that. So on a daily basis, you're going to understand what you're doing. And actually, success in an internet business is really the stacking up of mini rituals that you do either in one lump or throughout a day, but you do them on a consistent daily basis, and you make them fun. So you're really picking things that fit into your strengths and fit into your fun zone. Otherwise, it's a pretty miserable place. Joanne's got here focus and time management and technical challenges. Again, focus is done with a mini ritual. Anybody can focus for 20 minutes. Time management, you don't really need much time management when you've got a 20-minute ritual, because that can be squeezed in wherever, at the beginning of the day, the end of the day. I prefer to get out of bed a little bit earlier and do it in the morning, and you feel like you've achieved something before you leave for work. I mean, I do this full time. I'm sat in my office now in not so sunny Oxfordshire today, but back when I was working, I would look to get stuff that I really wanted to get done that was actionable, that made a difference to things. I would get that done in the morning rather than the evening. Tim's put, I suppose, finding and creating a niche or joining an already developed market and ensuring that my offering does not get lost in the traffic and knowing how to sustain that. Tim's point here is hugely, hugely relevant, because I think that what we really want to be doing is getting involved in a hot niche that we know is super hot, like the one that I'm going to introduce you to at the end here. And understanding that it's the beginning of your adventure. It's not the end point. It's where you're going to learn your skills. You're going to earn while you're learning. But, you know, the skills that you've got can be replicated into any niche that you choose out in the marketplace. I think that's what's uber exciting about what we have for you here. It's not just, oh, here's a business opportunity, bag it in a box kind of thing. It's, you're going to be earning whilst you learn skills that will last you a lifetime, that can be put into any business or any niche that you choose after the event, which is, you know, that really is the major key for me. And John put here, getting started, I don't seem to have the time between running my offline business and meeting my family commitments. And again, we come back to, I think the time is, I don't know what to do on a daily basis. And so when I sit down for half an hour, I've got no idea what I'm doing. And when you don't know what you're going to be doing in half an hour that you've got spare, you tend not to do it. And so therefore it becomes a time management issue. When actually, if you know what you're doing in your mini ritual, that evaporates, because there is no more fog. It's very, very clear. You have clarity. I work less now than I ever did. I cook for the family. I pick up my son from school normally at 3 p.m. All of these, 3 p.m. UK, of course, all of these things I do because I know on a daily basis what I'm actually setting down to do. I have my mini rituals, and that's what I'm going to be giving to you. My biggest challenge is not being confident in what I'm doing, fear of being scammed. 22 years dealing with crime has led me to being very skeptical. And this is, again, you know, people do worry about being scammed. And I think one of the things that you have to do, you're on Eddie's list, which means you've been receiving emails. And Eddie and his wife have a brilliant congregation in Kent in the UK, something called Camp David, which is a Christian-based community. They have regular gatherings, helping people to develop their skills. I mean, it's just an incredible outlet. It's just a fantastic place. I mean, it's like the TARDIS when you go in. You just wouldn't believe that from the outside, as you then head in, what actually goes on in there and what they've got set up there to help people. So, you know, understanding and building up the trust, you've got that with being on Eddie's list, that there's a huge trust there because he's very clear with his presence and communications. And so that alleviates some of the fear of being scammed, because again, the association is, well, if actually Eddie's working with them, that's going to be good because I trust Eddie. That's a very important point, and one that you should take onto your internet business, that people are going to begin to like and trust you, and when you recommend something, they pay attention because it's a relationship with you. Hugely, hugely relevant and hugely important. Alexander here, I'm cool online but staying online for more than 8 hours a day. I would be able to break that into 2 hours a day and you'd be getting 10 times the results in a heartbeat. Again, coaching and everything that can just take that away, and Alexander's going to be finding that out as I put this put the details out. Deborah, to make more money right from my age, 21. So Deborah's obviously quite young, thinks that might count her out. That's certainly not true. No one looks at Mary's Facebook page. Again, very easy to remedy. Telling stories on Facebook on your Facebook page is a huge way to get lots and lots of attention to it. Balancing personal and MLM. This guy's obviously a network marketer. Balancing those posts on his Facebook page. Again, understanding that process leads to a lot of things. Traffic that converts, getting leads. Denise had a very specific problem here. Zero experience online, and this one is a tip. This one is one that I am going to just quickly address before we move on. My biggest stumbling block is that I have zero experience online. I'm 3 months behind on my bills. I'm ready to lose my apartment. I've been trying to find a way to make some money. Even just $500 a month would help. this is one of those unfortunate places where, you know what, sometimes you need to go through the experience that Cindy's going to go through. I virtually lost my place. It was virtually repossessed, although we lost a fortune when it did get sold. Ended up in social housing on benefits and a welfare system in the UK. And it was a process that we needed to go through in many respects. So sometimes you need to crash. So when you've got this kind of desperation to make money, it's very difficult to make money. So you need to address the issues and problems and get that set so your mind is more stable, and then move into making money. You can't make money when you've got, you know, chickens flying around your brain. You've got to get the chickens in a coop, get that emotional baggage settled, get that under control, and understand how to get that under control. And if you don't know how to do that, it's in my Home Business Battle of Britain report on Amazon. Then, with that in its place, you can move on to trying to make money. How to word myself to convince people to sign up? Let me tell you, when you do things right, you never need to convince anybody. So you can see here, there is a lot, you know, lead generation, traffic that converts. You know, when you sign up for something, there's usually a need for this and a need for that. You know what, there is a need for this and a need for that, because when you join a program, you will need autoresponders. You will often need tools. It's an internet business, and that needs certain other things in place. And so coming in with a business mindset is one of the key things that people really need to understand. It is a business. It's not going to throw something and make a load of money. You are building a business, and therefore a business comes with certain costs and tools that are needed. Adam's here. I think my biggest challenge is if I was doing the right thing and whether I was on the right track or not. I think the biggest thing anyone needs is a business mentor who actually cares. I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't agree more. Okay, so as you can see, you know, and I've got more on the list here, but I think that gives such a good cross-reference of what people really need is that they want to trust in someone. They want to trust in something. They would like to know what they're going to do on a daily basis. They're going to understand it's a business and they're building lifelong skills as well as earning while they build them. And they want a mentor and a community that actually care, that actually give a damn. So you've got that support so you never get stuck. And this is hugely important stuff. So let me just come across here. So just into the questions box. Is all that sort of making sense to you? You can just tap into the questions box that you know, some of those points may resonate with you, some of those may be what you're thinking and feeling, some may be alien to you, but by and large, I mean, for the 30, 35, 40 replies I got, it really did show me an incredible cross-section of the troubles and the issues that people are facing. So let me move into really simplicity of what an internet business looks like, okay? And understanding that really you've got to focus on getting skills. If you know how to generate traffic and then you know how to put a lead capture page in front of them that puts them onto an email list that you can now sell things to, that you can email on a daily basis, you can get onto your fan page and create a relationship with them so they start to trust you, and then you can offer them products that are of interest to them, or they could be buying the very education that you're actually going through because they're interested just the same as you, as earning on they learn asset for any business they choose to turn a hand to. You know, this is a very simple process, and it's overcomplicated, I think, in many respects, and I think probably we're guilty of overcomplicating. And I think as consumers, what tends to happen is that we, as a kind of get-rich-quick seeker of the past, I would be looking for, I just want to make money quickly. I want to make money without learning any skills. And of course that leads me into the push button riches category, and my goodness did they get some money from me as I bought the next. You can make money from this lagoon of cash while you're sat on your backside, you know, watching the tennis. And And this is not what this is about. So if you are looking for the get rich push button stuff without learning skills, then I really would say this is the point you probably need to go, because this is not what this is about. This is foundations, fundamentals, in for the medium and long term to build a sustainable business and create real skills that are a true asset. So you can see very simple funnel and very simple process. Now, of course, the tricky thing is I don't really to think about going to is the make money online niche is one of the hottest on the planet, because so many people, there's over 2 million people in the UK looking for ways to make money online, and that's just the UK, let alone the rest of the world. So it's the hottest niche to go into in terms of earning while you learn. But of course, buying your education, buying the training, buying the skills and process that you need to turn yourself into an internet marketing business is the best place to go, because you've got to learn. So rather than heading to a niche without the skills, go into the niche where you learn the skills whilst you're doing it. Does that make sense? Cool. So here's by the way, having a fan page and getting fans and things is a huge part of building up social proof. Again, there's my one there, so I meant to have that a bit further along. So I'm just going to log in here, because what we actually work with is something that has been without doubt, the single best way to learn. We're going to show you as well that we've sidestepped a lot of the sales process of this particular thing, because I wanted our own pages and our own funnels, and whilst that's just logging in, you can see here, this is a team sales page. So this is what you would be able to use as you're offering the training and education that you're getting so much from. So much more genuine, less hype, real video, is real education, really taking people through the nuts and what offering we have. Just waiting for this to log in here. That's cool. And I just want to show you, because again, I'm logging in live here, so this is my one. You can see here, Jay up the top here. I'm going to get myself back onto. So I just want to show you, what can happen when you're building a community of people. Okay, is you're building a list, you're going to learn all of these skills within our community, and that actually true push button money is sending an email to an email list that trusts you, giving them a product that they want and they buy it. That's push button money. You need to earn that. You can't just be given push button money. Nobody's just going to trust you because you said they should. You've got to earn that trust and earn that respect, and I hope that you're here to learn the real skills and earn the respect and trust of a community that are on your list. So when you recommend something, they know that you mean it and that you're going to buy. And I'm going to give you all of the insights to that. The ad paid out $25,000. This is hold back money. I won't go into the wheres and what fors of what this is, but it's somewhere around $32,000. This is one of my income streams. And this is over the last 6 months. So again, I'm not showing you millionaire status stuff. But I do want you to kind of think about, if you could learn the skills to build an income that was paying you around $5,000 a month, what would that mean to you? What would that mean to your family? What would that mean to your life? And I know that you guys can learn this stuff within the next 6 months if you really apply the knowledge and you take the steps forward and you invest wisely in your future and your education. So very real numbers, nothing hypey, and stuff that I believe everybody that ever sees these presentations that we do, everybody can achieve this figure. And I also want you to know, let me show you this number, how many people I've actually personally brought in. So let me give you this number here. So let's go. So this is the just get this here in a circle. So I'm just scrolling down now. So you can see that I've got a few people passing up now, but 32 people. So we would come back again to, you don't need tens of thousands of people. I have literally been very passionate and genuine about introducing this to people that join my subscriber list, which grows daily. And 32 people have been introduced, and they're now into the community. They're learning skills. They're helping each other, supporting each other. So 32 people have yielded $32,000 so far in the last 6 months. That pays out around, I think it's about $4,000 or $5,000 a month of residual income for me. Okay, so this is not huge numbers of people. So again, I just want you to understand that you do not need, you know, hundreds of people to make something work. And this is just the beginning. You know, the first 6 months is really just the beginning. It's months 6 to 12 to 18 is where it really gathers momentum. And this income for me within Empower will increase to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month by the end of the year, just because I'm sharing passionately and introducing this to more and more people. And we've got a great sales page that's no hype, real nuts and bolts about what it is on offer for them. Now I'm just going to head back into my Facebook page, because you won't understand, I don't know, you may do, I don't know what stage you're at, but you won't understand all the nuances of what internet business actually really looks like. And I'm going to get Eddie to email out the sales page for you again in just a second, and the join link, and I'm going to come to that in a moment. But this is our group now. We're up to 94 members in this Facebook group. This is our community. We call it Team IWI, which stands for Internet Wealth Initiative. And this is really a group of people supporting each other 24/7, empowering each other to new heights, to new successes within their personal realm. You know, there's people with loads of skills here. There's low-cost coaching available from all of the team members. I look to edify everybody, so everybody is becoming a leader in their own right, rather than just one guy milking the community for all their worth. So you get everything answered in here, all of your questions, and I'm amazed. I mean, I've got up in the morning and there's been a question at 2 a.m. UK time, and Anne's jumped on and answered the question. And I'm like, goodness, guys, don't you ever sleep? But there's always someone on hand, you know, to answer questions and assist, so you don't get stuck. Now, I understand we look at a sales funnel like this, and, you know, having traffic and having the blog platform and then having lead capture pages and emails. We've pre-written the emails, the lead capture pages are done. The blog you get with Empower Network, it's included in your basic membership, so there's no website to set up. Let me just show you mine here. Oh, actually, let's do Eddie. Sorry. Eddie Bolo, isn't it? There you go, there they are. There's Eddie and Bolo, and again, they're the leaders of the Camp David community, and they're just fantastic couple, and I've met with them loads of times and spoken with them plenty over the last few years. So this is the blog, so you get this included in your basic membership. So there's no setting up of a website. You know, we were talking, one of the issues was tech skills. Well, tech skills gone. This is all done. We have a brilliant fast start guide that you get the moment you step forward, even at the basic $25 a month level, and you get the step-by-step process to get this set up. You can follow it, print it out, put it on your lap, you follow it. We wanted to make sure that you don't get stuck, and for the more advanced, we have a more advanced group with more advanced training. And again, I'm not going to go through everything on here, but let me kind of give you. I want to read this bit out actually, because I think this is important. Success always comes down to learning the right skills in the right environment with the right company and the right people at the right time. And I think that's absolutely true. You know, it's not just about, you know, who you know, it's about what you know, it's about who you're hanging around with and what skills you're being taught. And if you kind of follow that lead, it served me pretty well over the years. So, and let me just come down here. I kind of run through what a selling machine is. And as you see down here, you can see this. I'm going to get Eddie to email out the page because the URL is a little bit tricky. And for those of you that are ready to join, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that too. So I asked the team, you know, what they felt made our crew so cool. And Chris here put, I love it because it's full of useful stuff to promote both of my online and offline businesses. I love it because it's an opportunity in itself. And I've made some money, which he has done. He already has made his investment back, I think, because that's the way the system works. Rachel and Barry, again, look at the you know, people are putting on here what they love. The community attracts the right people. So even if you're not that strong yourself, the community will be your support, the strength that you can lean on to introduce this to other people. So it's really, as we take a look at what this is, the Empower Network is an education platform that's going to teach you the skills to build a genuine online business. It's going to teach you the skills of traffic, email marketing, everything that you need to know to become an expert marketer in the next 12 to 18 months, as well as the opportunity to be an affiliate and resell the very training that you're buying. And if they're in your commission line, you get to keep all of the profit, 100% commissions. So it's hugely beneficial and hugely lucrative, as well as you learning great skills. So you can now see when I say earn while you learn, it really is about the best earn while you learn that there is. By the way, you know, I've got a couple of minutes left. If you want to put any questions in the question box, you can. But I'm going to get Eddie to email you out the sales page and the join link. So Eddie, can you just send an email out just with the subject saying info page and join here, guys? So look out in your emails now for an email that Eddie's going to send, and Eddie, for it to have the sales page URL that I know you've got, and of course your join page that you've just sent across. So I'm going to pop this up on the screen as well for anybody that wants to step straight in, and you're going to take the commitment. My best recommendation is without any shadow of a doubt is to get in and get the blog platform, what you can afford. There's the Inner Circle and the blog, which is $125 a month. That really to me is an ideal base minimum, because the Inner Circle audios are giving you loads of education and resetting your thinking. And in the end, success online comes to thinking differently and acting differently, but it's got to begin with new input into our brains so we can really start to alter our behavior. So coachinghomebusiness.com/join. I'm just going to pop this in here, www.coachinghomebusiness.com/join. Now, I don't know whether you're in the UK or not, or whereabouts you are, but we have bonuses, and they're all on the sales page that Eddie is going to email out to you. So again, look out for that email straight away. coachinghomebusiness.com/join, and come and join the community. You might not see the bigger picture, you might not get it all yet, but if you've got a minimum of $25 a month, that's your base starting point. Come and start. You know, join the procession, get the fast start guide, begin the process. If you've got more affordability, then step through at what you can comfortably afford, but commit your psychology, commit in your brain, commit your energy. And I want you to say, I really want you to sort of think about this, that, you know what, I'm in. I believe Jay, I believe Eddie, I'm on his list, I see they're real, they're very visible. These guys are genuinely out to help people, and we really are. I mean, you've got to understand that. We really, really are. And so you step in with, I'm committed for the next 12 months, I'm going to learn the art of marketing online and building a list of subscribers of people that are just like me, that want to find someone they can trust. And isn't that your responsibility in the end? If you're going to learn this, and you know that there's millions of people in the world like you that would worry or need the extra income, isn't it your responsibility to make sure they find you, because you know that you're trustworthy. You know that you are not going to rip somebody off. You know that you are going to help them join a community that's going to get them and empower them to be the best that they can be and live a life that they choose. And you know what? It isn't necessarily about making $1 million. Let me tell you, $5,000 a month coming in from your online business that you can work 7 to 10 hours a week on, that's freedom right there. You're free. You're free of it all. So yes, you can push on. I'm pushing on to make multiple 6 figures and 7 figures over the next 12 to 18 months. But I'm not going to sacrifice my family time to do it. I love the time I have with them. I love cooking meals for the family and having time to play with my 2 children that are aged 6 and 4. They're coming into that best age now, that best time. Having systems in place that you can create that are going to stop you from working 20-hour days is hugely beneficial. So think about that. You don't necessarily see the end of the process, but you see enough to get started. You trust enough to step forward. You trust just enough to take the first steps in the new adventure and commit to the next 12 months with everything that you've got. Just commit your brain, commit your energy to, I'm going to learn this and I'm in. Yeah. Don't comfortably spend what you can afford to spend. I would say that I think I'd be hard pushed to find somebody that can't afford $25 a month as an absolute base. Ideally, you want to get the inner circle and other products as you go through. There's 3 other products as you step on up. And you'll see more about the system and more about understanding it as you take the step forward. Okay? You don't need to see the end of the game. You just need to see enough to get started. So that's what I'd urge you to do from here. The community is flourishing. We're hugely supportive. We've got a load of extra things coming down the line for you this year. Lots of fun and helping to support you get to your $5,000 a month. I've done it, and now the mission is to get as many of you to that as we possibly can. And I know that if you don't quit and you come to play and you stick with it, you keep learning and evolving on a daily basis, you'll get it. I don't know when. I don't have that crystal ball, I'm afraid. I never know when. I just know that you will, as long as you stick in. So Eddie's sending out an email now. Look out for the info and join now link. And again, all of the information you need, you can reply to Eddie's emails with any questions that you may have. And of course, he'll reply and answer them for you. If you're ready to go and what you've seen is enough for you right now, and you're going to get started, coachinghomebusiness.com/join is Eddie's page. Come and join Eddie's gang, join our community, come and start to empower yourself to become the best that you can be and start changing your future. But it begins with the decision to get going. It begins with the decision today. So I'm just going to bring Eddie back in because we've overrun the time that I would normally do. So I'm just unmuting you, Eddie.
Unmuted.
You want to add? Are you there, mate?
Wow, thank you very much, Jay. Thank you. Really appreciate this. And if you're on the call, you have it on the screen, coachinghomebusiness.com/join. One of the things I've always loved about working with Jay is that it's his simplicity. He's helped me get online. He's helped me make my first income online. He's been to my venue here. He's supported me, and that's what I love about Jay. And so, Jay, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you so much for being there for me. And I will send that email out. And if you're online today, just go on to coachinghomebusiness.com/join, and then we will take you step by step through the journey of making your first income online. So that's it for now. Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think anybody that's in the UK, if you happen to be UK based, we're going to be doing lots of training and seminars and workshops out of Eddie's premises, which is in Kent. And so it's going to be a real fun year. Lots of hands-on meetups. You know, it's a lonely business sometimes. So we have weekly webinars, monthly meetups, and the webinars are wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter. So Plenty for you to come and join in with. And again, you know, I think one of the things that I really liked about Empower as well, like Eddie said, I like to keep things really simple, and Power do as well. It really is the simple solution to a complicated online world, so you can get going and start making revenue a lot quicker than you probably thought you could, even with limited knowledge and skills. So we're definitely approaching 40 minutes. I think that's plenty. Thank you guys for being on with us today. Eddie, thanks very much again for the invitation to come speak. I always love to. And we will speak very soon, mate.
All right. Thank you very much. And that's it for us this afternoon. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Have a great day, everybody. Speak soon.